Hey there, Safehouse horror fans, subscribers, and hopefully future subscribers. Today I'm doing my third Kickstarter support video. This time it's for a game that looks rooted squarely between horror and fantasy. It's a game called STORMSUNDER. Obviously, you know I love horror, so I'm all wrapped up in a Kickstarter like this that's bringing revived details to old world Egyptian mythos. I mean, look at these miniatures. There's currently several great videos out there on how to play this game, as well as its overall game mechanics, so you don't need another one of those for me. My video is about the value of what you get for the dollar out of pocket. When I was younger, and they were still making these miniatures from lead, we would have laid serious cash on the barrelhead for these. Miniatures were not cheap by any means, and for the most part, until the later part of the years, they weren't the best looking and quality either. My generation would have said, heck yeah, we're paying this amount just for the quality of the miniatures, as well as the quantity, of course, but we wouldn't have cared if they were plastic if they looked this good. The value for the dollar is exactly where it needs to be here. But money's important, and this isn't cheap. It carries three options. The first being the basic core game. That's the one with over 100 miniatures for $149, plus you get all of the Kickstarter stretch goals. Add one expansion up, and now you're up to $299. That comes with over 239 miniatures, plus again the great miniatures you'll get from stretch goals. Ready for the all-in pledge amount? Don't turn off the video. Don't do it, please. Hear me out on this. Get ready. It's $449, and that does not even include shipping, and there's a chance for two-wave shipping here. We'll address that in a moment as well. But listen, I know that is an immense amount of moolah, but if you're up for a tabletop role-playing game that will last over 100 hours to play through the complete first adventure with the core box, that's all you need. Lazy Squire Games has said that the storyline has a climax in that core box, the one for $149, and the expansions that come after, although they do continue the story, the core box does finish the main arc of the storyline. Plus, they're actually doing something really super cool. You can get the core box now for $149, plus shipping of course. Then later on, you'll still be able to get the expansions, one or both of them, after you have received and played through the first, and they're going to sell them to you at the same cost as now. And that 100 hours of gameplay, well, from what I understand watching the playthrough videos, you can start over and make some choices that are different, and things are going to go very, very along a different story arc than the first time. So, my recommendation, if you have the $149 available, get the super awesome stretch goals for free by pledging that level now. You're not going to get them later on probably if you don't do that. And then be very patient because you're going to wait 2 years to get this into your hands. Yep, you heard that right. Again, don't run. Listen, this is a long-term investment in awesome. And the reality is they're being more honest at Lazy Squire Games than many other Kickstarters that take way longer than promised. Did I mention the miniatures? Yeah, you see, even if the game turns out to be terrible, and spoiler alert, it won't, you still have the miniatures. And speaking of painting them, I mean, it's a level above me for this kind of detail. I wouldn't even know where to begin painting some of these. So I'm going to have to find someone who's a couple levels up from my skill, because I would just wreck these so bad. They look like one of those Pinterest fail videos. Okay, nowhere near that bad, but you get the point. They look so amazingly detailed, I don't think I'd do the sculpts justice. And in fact, maybe just a nice wash on them to really emphasize some of the detail would be enough. I may actually end up not wanting these miniatures painted. They're just that cool. So, now let's look at the stretch goals, because they're crazy cool. I'm providing a link directly to the Kickstarter in my video description, as well as the comments below. I want you to go take a look yourself. These stretch goals are the #1 reason to pledge in the next couple of days that you have left, because so many of them you'll only be able to get through it probably this time around. So I mentioned two-way shipping earlier. Take a look at this. But again, because I'm encouraging you to go over and view the Kickstarter website yourself, please make sure you are well versed in this. Thank you everyone for watching this. I hope that in the next day or so that is left on this Kickstarter, that you give it some serious consideration. Please back it, especially if you're a fan of miniatures like I am. I've got to tell you, I think it's going to be really worth it. So thank you everyone, and I'll catch you on the next full moon.